In light of what happened in the Christchurch terror attacks, there was a Sri Lankan bombing not long ago as well. How will the UN look at holding social media platforms accountable in terms of how they regulate hate speech and extremist views, which have been so harmful, we've seen in the past?
We have just launched a high-level panel on digital cooperation. I'm waiting for the report in June, and I'm waiting for a number of recommendations exactly on how to guarantee that we make internet a force for good. There has been a very important dialogue with the most important platforms, the companies ruling them. I think there is a chance for them to understand that we need mechanisms that guarantee that hate speech really does not go through them. We have launched also another initiative to mobilize the whole UN system against hate speech, and I believe that with good cooperation between governments, companies and the civil society, we will be able to put a stop to this horrible use of hate speech that is today a dramatic factor in the promotion of terrorism in different parts of the world.
Are you concerned that these social media platforms and their leaders may not comply?
I think that there is a growing conscience that they need to act. It's also for the protection of their own brand, also for the protection of their own business. They need to understand that they must comply with what are the kind of rules that are absolutely essential to make sure that, in full respect for the freedom of expression, we also guarantee the human rights of everybody and the human rights of communities that are being targeted by these terrible forms of violence that hate speech is spreading.
The use of social media platforms to do things like terrorist attacks, to support extremist views. What happened with the Christchurch terror attacks, which the New Zealand community is still grieving from and wanting to move forward? Was that a wake-up call for many countries?
Well, there is a summit taking place in Paris. Yesterday I was with the Prime Minister. She was flying to Paris, and I think there is a growing pressure over countries all over the world to understand that we need common action. But it's not enough to have international conventions with the old style. We now need more flexible, more permanent mechanisms in which codes of conduct, forms of soft law, protocols, ethic standards are adopted, and with a multi-stakeholder approach, governments, companies, researchers, platforms, the civil society, in order to be able to effectively control this horrible spreading that we are witnessing.
I have one more question. The refugee intake that New Zealand has is currently at 1,000 a year. Do you think New Zealand should be doing better?
Well, I think New Zealand has been a country of resettlement that I appreciated a lot when I was High Commissioner for Refugees. I'm always asking for more, naturally, but I think New Zealand has been increasing its quota, and this is something I'm very grateful about.
Is it enough?
It is never enough if you look at the number of refugees in the world, but of course other countries that have a bigger dimension should also have a larger share.